Good morning, everyone. Okay, so today we're going to switch it up just a little bit. I'm going to show you how I make these resin bears. And I turn these resin bears into badge holders. So, somebody um, works with resin and you want to try something different. So this is the bear, and then I put the badge holder on the back of the resin bear, and they are so cute. This is a good item to sell. This does good in my store. So I did a bunch of I call them they're called joy bears in my store, but I have the solid color ones that are just one color, and then I also play around and do the colorful joy bears. These are so cute. And the resin does what it wants to do, and it creates. I love working with the resin because resin, it does what it wants to do. Once it gets in, you know, once you put it in the mold, it does what it wants to do. It's not a follower. It's definitely a leader. And this is another Joy Bear. So I named them after my granddaughter. Her name is Joy. And yeah, they are so freaking cute. And yeah, see? I love that one. That one is so cute. So I have been making these so I can restock. And then you get the little badge holders. See how it has the pull string to it. You get these from Amazon. So it's like 30 of them for, I think it's less than $10. And it's different colors. If you buy the all one color, I think they cost a little bit more. But these ones, they do just good. Yes. And so that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. So I made these last night. And so I got the solid blue, the yellow, because a lot of people, they like solids too. So the solid blue, the yellow, the red, and the green. And then I'm going to do the orange on camera for you guys so you can see how it's done step by step. Okay, see? So you're going to need a resin kit that has the A and the B in it. So clear cast epoxy kit. And I got this kit from Walmart. Joann's is closing. I mean, are they closed? They might be closed this weekend totally for good, but they had it online that those kits was $5. I like to broke my neck trying to go and get some. They didn't have no more. None. I just was devastated. I had to go to Walmart. This one was $19.99 for the set. See, I've used a lot of it. I saved some so I could do this video with you guys. So we're going to do some orange. That's what I want to do. And then I got these, the molds, from, where did I get these from? Off of eBay, I believe. I believe I got them from eBay. And when I bought them, because I bought, I think, like one first to see how they were. And then I went back and bought. So I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 mold sets. Because you get 2 out of 1. Okay. So yeah, I went back and then I'm going to demold this one. This is a surprise. I don't know what it looks like either. We're going to find out together. I'm going to demold this one once we're done making the bears. Okay. Okay, so now when you're using resin, you have to wear gloves. Okay, so make sure you have you some gloves. So you need gloves, you need plastic cups that you're going to throw away. You need a mask. Always wear a mask when you're working, mixing and pouring resin. Okay. Why is this thing sliding? Okay. Put my mask on. There we go. And then these little cups, you can get these from the Dollar Tree. That's where I buy mine from. And I always buy a couple of packs. And so I have a bunch of them. Because when I use them with these, when I fill 2 cups, it's going to be for 2 bears. It may be a little bit left over. And then I always keep a mold nearby. See, I started pouring into this one. So whatever I pour into it, it's going to create something. Some type of little skull. That's how all of these, ooh, got the hiccups. That's how all of these were made, by scraps. I need to call this one Scrappy. That's how they were made. This one too. This one was made like that too. I was doing, I think, these bears. And that's how I ended up making this one. Okay. So we're going to see what this Scrappy is going to look like. All right. So let's get busy. So you have to have equal parts of A and B. And you pour them in separately. Okay. This is the thick one. I need some left over for, because I'm going to put the badges on camera on these ones that are already done. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. You know, I always got little tricks how I be doing stuff. Okay, so we need the same amount in this cup that we have in the first cup. There we go. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be really close to it. Okay. Okay, so now I'm trying to think. I want to pour it in. Yeah, I can pour it in this one. It's a smaller one. All right. So we're going to put all that resin in there. Get as much of it out as possible. I meant to grab me a paper towel. I usually always keep a paper towel or some wipes. Wipes are good for working with resin, because the wipes have that little bit of alcohol and whatever else mixed in it. And it does. It works very good working with resin. Okay. Okay. So now drop that cup inside that one. Now we're going to mix it up. And because I'm using color, I could just stir it, mix it up. It's going to get bubbles in it, but it's okay. We'll take them out with the lighter afterwards. This might have been too little. but I'm gonna work with it. Just gotta stay in it. Make sure you don't run it out of the container. I see some people, they use like an electric stir, but it doesn't take much stirring to get it mixed. So I figure I save my money. I never really even looked to see. They probably don't even cost that much. I never really looked to see. But then an electric stirrer puts a lot of bubbles in there. So what happens is you have to keep coming back and doing because the bubbles are going to rise to the top. And when you burn them off, then after you wait a little while, you come back, it's going to be some more bubbles at the top. You burn them off. And you keep doing that process until you don't see no more bubbles at the top. Because you don't want your item full of bubbles. Okay? Because sometimes those bubbles will be in there and they'll create like indentations or like you know, when the liquid doesn't get all the way through, it leaves like a error. You don't want to sell something and they look at it and they're like, what is that? You want it to be smooth. You don't want anything to be being noticed. Okay, now we are ready to stir this up. I'll get some color. I never opened this one, so I need to take that little tab out the top. And I got these from, I'm trying to think. It was a set of them. I think I got them from Amazon or Michael's. And sometimes the Dollar Tree will have different little things like this too. So you can always, you know, check it out whenever you go. This mask is I guess it's doing its job, but it's fogging up my glasses. Okay, so we're gonna pour some of this in here because we want it to be a good bright orange. And then we're gonna stir it up. You got to take your time a little bit with this part because you don't want clumps in there. So you just want to stir it and it'll go around in like a little whirlpool. And mix up in that resin. I was supposed to save some. So I might have to mix up a little more. I don't want to put orange on the back of those. I want to put clear. I forgot to save some. So I'll make up a little tiny little batch of it. Okay. Now, get that in there. Okay, so we're going to use this mold. And now, put these up here. We're going to pour it in. And don't pour too fast, okay? Because it'll start to fill up. So you just pick like the center and just pour it in. And the resin is going to move. See, I'm actually right-handed, but I'm trying to pour. I don't know why I always pour with my left hand. But that's okay. So we're going to pour it like so. right in the middle. You got to be careful. You got to watch it because it starts to rise quick. Now we're going to pour into the next one. And you're going to leave just a little line at the top. And I'm going to tell you why. Because now you're going to spoon it in. So you want to get it right at the top. And when you pour it in the middle, it'll rise all over the item. Okay? Meaning it's not just going to go in there and stay just in the middle. You're going to start to see the rest of it fill up like that. And you want to get it even. You don't want it to overflow. But you want to get it even with that top part, with that line. Okay, and then you're going to do the other side. I'm just dripping this stuff on my little. And got a silicone. Okay, this one just a little bit more. Okay, there we have it. And that's how you do the molds. Then I take my little resin scrap can and pour it in here. I want to get it on some of the interesting parts of the mold. Then you just rub it like that to get it off the stick. Rub it on the edge. Like so. Well, this orange trying to go everywhere. Okay, like that. And then I set that to the side. I put those in. Once you use cups, your plastic cups for your resin, you don't reuse them, okay? Those get tossed in the trash. You throw those away. Get a paper towel, like I knew I was going to need. Okay. So, one more thing I forgot. Very important item is the lighter. I forgot to get that. There we go. Now, see, when you have wipes, this resin will come right off. Paper towels, no. It's going to leave a smudge. I need to get some more wipes. Okay. So now you can see it. I can't pick it up and show you because, well, let's see. Maybe I can bring this over. That foam on there, those are bubbles. Okay. So this is where the lighter comes in handy. We're going to burn off those bubbles. You just want the flame to touch it. Don't, and you get these lighters from the Dollar Tree. This one getting low. Usually it's a big old flame. So I took all the bubbles off. Now it makes room for the next level of bubbles to rise up to the top. Okay? So we're going to move this out the way. We're going to move this over here. It's going to sit overnight. And then it will be ready to, let's see these. It'll be ready to unmold and become badge holders. So see, these came in a set. I think it was just 6. These came in a set. Okay. I believe I bought them from Michael's. I have to look on there. I know I didn't get these from the Dollar Tree. I don't think so. I'll check and see though. Okay, so now we've created the bears. So now this is what I do. So these little cups, okay, I turn them up. And the bears go face in. All right. Like so. See? It's going to look like that. So it's just like it's about to get a massage. That's how it's looking. And so it holds them. Because see, when you just set them on the table, they're at an angle. You put that resin on there and put that, because it's the best glue for affixing something to resin is resin. Okay? Long as it's not something silicone, because then it's not gonna, you can just pull it right off. But plastic, you want to use resin. That's the best glue to use to affix something to it. Okay? And so I get them ready just like so. That one there, face down. This one, face down. This one, face down. And then you have to, once you put them on there, put the resin on there and do what you're going to do, then you have to come back every now and then and look, make sure they're not sliding. Okay, so we got 2 yellows, 2 blues. I'm going to do a dark blue and a light blue because I do got this light blue. I'm going to try to do some of these too. People like blue. The red, so I got 1 red left. I got 2 oranges. That's going to be for those. The green, I got 2 greens. And so I'm going to have to use a black with the other red. 8 and 8. Okay. All right. So now, because I forgot to take some resin out, I'm going to make just a tiny bit. You can make a tiny bit. You don't have to make a whole bunch of resin. But you want to pour your thick, no, it's not the thick, it's the B. You want to pour your thick resin first. Because it won't get wasted because I got the little garbage can there. The trash can that is going to go into the scrap mode. Okay, so that's 1. So we got the thick one. And now we need just a tiny bit. And then because it's so tiny of an amount, is going to I'm gonna just pour the thinner one, which is the B. I'm gonna pour the B into the A. Okay, and I got some little popsicle sticks, and you can get these from the Dollar Tree too. The popsicle sticks. When I use little amounts, I use the little popsicle sticks. Big amounts, I use the bigger popsicle sticks. In there. Then we're going to stir it up. And this you don't have to burn out the bubbles. Because you're just going to put enough to just a drop to hold those. Now, put our stick in there, and I put the drop like right where the face is at. So where the back of the head is, where I perceive it to be. It doesn't have to be a ton of it. Because remember, when you put this on there, it's going to spread it out. Like so. And you don't want to move it around too much. You want to kind of center it and put it on there. Oop, oop, oop. Come on. Come on, darling. See, it's trying to slide. So I have to hold it for a second because I want it to set. And you want to line up the clip on the badge holder as much as you can. You want it straight up and down with the bear's head. Okay? Okay. That's acting like that's going to stay. It might be set. And you want to get close to the object that you're putting that drop on, or else the resin will kind of string out on you. And you don't want it to string out. You want it to stay where you're trying to get it to. Okay. Okay. Now, so make sure that one not moving. I think it is though. It's not lined up. And resin doesn't dry super fast. Okay, it's actually something that you, if you're not using the UV resin, now UV resin, you put that item under a light like you do your nails. When you're doing, what are those, gel nails? Okay, I think it's set. Where it's not going, it doesn't want to move, which is good. It does like a suction effect. And that's good when it does that, because we don't want it to move. Okay. Got this red. Too much on the red, but that's okay. We'll put that on there and kind of scooch it back. And we want to keep that pin, that clip lined up. See, the blue one moved a little bit. So the next ones I won't put as much on there. I'm just going to put just a little bit. See, that one, it did that string out that I'm saying. I already did this one. Oop, come back. Don't you run off of there. Working with something, don't ever panic. Because then when you panic, you can't think to fix it. So never panic. Just think to yourself, okay, how I'm gonna fix this? Yeah, that was supposed to run off the bear. So if I wouldn't have caught it, what it would have done, it would have stuck this cup to the bear. It would have came off, but then I would have to sand it and go through some other stuff to get it back right. Okay, this green one. And so then you look at everything. Make sure everything is sitting. It's not moving. Look like it moved a little bit. Because you don't want it to slide. You want it to stay. Okay, now. The last one. A little drop there. Just hold it. And it'll like suction itself between the badge, the holder, and the this one keeps on. I put too much on that one. It want to keep sliding. No. Okay. Okay, that one is good, 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 good. Okay, good, good. Now this green one. You want to act like it want to go somewhere. Okay. And then you just move it back in place. Eventually it's going to stop moving. Okay. Now we take this little tininess. I ain't got to add no color to it. We just pour it in there. Because we don't, that resin costs too much to be wasting it. And I realized that when I was working, I was like, oh no, I'm going to figure out something. I'll just pour it into something and just keep pouring it in there until it makes something. Okay, so now those little bubbles in there, like so. Set that one to the side. And remember, we go back to our bears that we poured, and we run that fire over the top, and it pops those bubbles. Like so. And you want to make sure you got your mold that you pour into, you want to make sure it stays on a flat surface, a flat, even surface, okay? A couple more little bubbles popping up. There you go. Pop, 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 pop. All right. So now, real quick, before I get off of here, let's see what this is going to look like. Okay, it looks like this thing. Okay, this one not. This one not. Those to the side so I don't bump and knock them over. Okay, so now when you unmold, you're going to peel away sometimes, depending on the mold, it takes a little time to, I don't know why you're doing this here. Okay, hold on. Because it's not wet, so. What you doing, mold? I just filled it up last night, so what are you doing? Yeah, I could tell you it's never done this before. See if I can get something in there. I don't know why it's doing this. Like it does not want to come off. Yeah, it has never done this. Once I get one piece, and I've never used that resin before, so I don't know if that's what it is with this pink mold. What the heck? Oh my. Well, it's the first time for everything. I may not be able to get this one off. Yeah, this has never happened before. And like I said, that's my first time using that resin. Huh. It worked fine in this mold. Okay, y'all. Well, I guess y'all had to see this. Next time, once I get him up out of here, Yeah, that silicone is sticking to this. Why is that? I'm trying to get it past. Yeah, I paid good money for this mold now. But it is actually sticking. Yeah, that's not good. No, unless this is what they do when they get old. This is the first time. Maybe the mold is trying to tell me it's done. Time to throw it away. Yeah, I don't like this. Huh. I'm gonna have to look that up and see how I could get that out of there without destroying the skull that's in there, because I bet you it's beautiful. But I have a feeling I might have to get rid of this one. Yeah, this has never happened before. You'll see when this one is done, I'll demold that one on camera. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that silicone is sticking to this. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Well, I wanted to show you. I wanted to see too. But I guess not this time, huh? Okay. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with me making these badge holders. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay. So this is a good idea if it's something, you're trying to do to make extra money. This is a good idea too. Because see, the summer coming. So badge holders, well, people use them for work, but they also use them like when they go, to amusement parks. They have their yearly passes and stuff like that. Just have it on there and pull it out and get it scanned, and yeah. Okay. All right. So this was nice. This was nice doing this video with you guys. Except for this part. Now I'm going to be tussling with that thing when I get off camera. All right. So you guys have a good day and happy resin making. All right. Bye-bye.